Have you ever wondered how a business, actually plugs into a crypto payment system like Lipa-Pocket? Well, the magic behind all of that is something called the integration layer. It's kind of like the hidden engine that makes everything work together. And today, we're going to pop the hood and see how it all works. I mean, think about the chaos most businesses are dealing with, right? Your website's payment system doesn't talk to the terminal in your physical store. Your sales data is over here, your accounting software's over there, and your bank is in its own little world. It's just a total mess of disconnected systems. So the real question is, how do you get all these different pieces to finally speak the same language? And the answer is a universal connector. That is exactly what the Lipa-Pocket API layer is. You can think of it like a central hub, or even better, like a Rosetta Stone that translates everything. It lets your e-commerce platform, your sales terminal, and your bank all communicate securely and efficiently with the Lipa-Pocket ecosystem. So how does this connection actually happen? Well, it's all about giving the right tools to the right people. Let's start by taking a little tour of the different APIs that make this whole integration layer possible. First up, we've got the Merchant API. This is, for all intents and purposes, a powerful toolkit made for any business that wants to start accepting crypto payments. The main idea here is to give merchants complete control over how they get paid without them having to ditch the systems they already use and love. And this gives you a really good sense of just how much control we're talking about. Instead of manually creating every single invoice, you can just automate it. Instead of wondering if a payment came through, you can check its status in an instant. You can process refunds, generate a unique QR code for a specific sale. But the real game changer? Pulling all that data into reports to completely automate your accounting. Now, this next one is pretty interesting. It's an API designed specifically for the public sector. The government API is all about bringing security, transparency, and honestly, a lot more efficiency to collecting payments for things like taxes, licenses, or public service fees. So what does this actually mean for governments? Well, it's a huge leap forward. Imagine being able to automatically reconcile thousands of tax payments instead of having a team do it by hand. Or having a completely auditable, crystal clear trail for every single transaction. This API lets them do just that, all while being protected by top-tier security. And this brings us to a super important piece of the puzzle, the bridge to traditional finance. The banking and mobile money APIs. These are what connect the digital currency world of Lipa-Pocket with the bank accounts and mobile money wallets that, let's face it, people use every single day. This really shows you how it's a two-way street, which is absolutely essential. You can easily move money out of Lipa-Pocket and send it to a regular bank account or a mobile money wallet. But just as crucial, you can get an instant confirmation when traditional fiat currency is moved in. It's this seamless back and forth that makes the whole system so practical. Okay, so we've seen the core APIs. Now let's switch gears and look at the tools Lipa-Pocket gives to developers to make their lives a whole lot easier. And the goal here is pretty simple: help them build faster and create smarter apps on top of the platform. At the very heart of this is the SDK, which stands for Software Development Kit. Now, if an API is like a pile of raw building materials, like bricks and wood, then an SDK is like a prefabricated kit from IKEA. It packages up all the essential tools, code, and instructions so a developer doesn't have to build everything from scratch. So what can you actually do with these SDKs? Well, you can put payment buttons directly inside your own mobile app. You can integrate QR code scanning, process pay bill payments, and handle all the notifications as they happen. And because there are kits for iOS, Android, and the web, developers can build a totally consistent payment experience no matter what device their customer is on. This introduces a really clever tool called a webhook. See, in the old model, your server has to constantly poke the payment system, asking, is it done yet? How about now? Is it done yet? That's called pulling data, and it's not very efficient. A webhook completely flips that around. The Lipa-Pocket system simply pushes a notification to your server the very second a payment is complete. Our system tells you get the info instantly without ever having to ask. Okay, we've seen the APIs, we've seen the developer tools. But how does this all come together in the real world? Let's walk through a couple of super common business scenarios. Okay, so picture a classic online store. Your customer's at checkout and they select Lipa-Pocket. Behind the scenes, your server makes a quick API call to create a payment link for them. The customer pays, and then, bam, that webhook we just talked about instantly notifies your server that the order is paid and ready to ship. The key is that it's all automated. Nobody has to lift a finger to check if the money came through. And this works just as smoothly in a physical store.
Your existing point-of-sale terminal, the cash register, can be programmed to call the API, which pops up a unique QR code on the screen. Your customer scans it, pays with their phone, and the moment it's done, the terminal gets an instant confirmation and prints the receipt. It completely replaces the old credit card swipe with a simple, secure scan. And let's not forget one of the biggest headaches for any business: accounting. The integration layer lets you pull all your transaction data either through the API or just as a simple CSV file. You can then feed that directly into your accounting software, completely automating reconciliation and saving, countless hours of manual data entry. Of course, none of this really matters if it isn't secure, right? For any developer, for any business, security is just not negotiable. And that's why this entire integration layer is built from the ground up on a really strong foundation of security protocols. This whole list really gets at the idea of defense in depth. You don't just rely on one thing. All the communication is encrypted, access is tightly controlled with secure keys, every single request is digitally signed to make sure it hasn't been tampered with, and on top of all that, you've got protections against abuse like rate limiting and IP whitelisting. It's all these layers working together that build a real foundation of trust. So when you put it all together, the specialized APIs, the tools that help developers move fast, the real-world applications, and that solid foundation of security, you start to see that this is way more than just a payment processor. It's a platform for innovation. This quote from the documentation really just nails it. This layer isn't about code, it's about connection. It's basically an open door that invites partners, developers, and businesses to come and build on top of the Lipa-Pocket ecosystem, to create brand new solutions and integrate crypto payments in ways we probably haven't even thought of yet. So the infrastructure is there. The tools are ready to go. The bridge between the old financial world and the new digital currency ecosystem has been built. The only question left is, what are you going to create with it?